Welcome to Chatting with Chuck. I'm your host, Chuck. Today I'm talking with Jerry O'Gorman, who's the AVP of the Industrial IoT Division of Vantec, and we're going to discuss co-creation. So Jerry, tell me, what exactly is co-creation?
Well, I suppose, Chuck, co-creation is a topic that derives really from the whole concept of eco-partners. So when everybody started talking about the promise of IoT, and we're very much involved in industrial IoT or Internet of Things, it comes from the concept of no one company can really answer all of the questions to provide a total end-to-end solution to a customer or to an industry sector. So I think what co-creation means for us is we've really formalized the whole concept of co-creation into a number of strategic elements that supports where we're going as a company and how we wish to service our market. So for us, co-creation is a more formalized eco-partnership approach.
Jerry, how do you see co-creation playing out in the future of industrial IoT?
Yeah, or maybe to say how we see it emerging within Vantec to support our business in industrial IoT and therefore service the industry. So what we've looked at is, first of all, the concept of an SRP, or a solution-ready package. So the first phase of co-creation we envisage is SRP co-creation. And that mainly means working with like-minded companies that have, for example, a solution offering or software capability in a domain expertise area, maybe a special application software or a cloud-hosted application or business application that marries very well with what we have in terms of our hardware or edge hardware or our other software-enabling products. So when all of that comes together into what we call a solution-ready package, it's something that is market-ready. It's ready to deliver a proof of concept and then to be scaled up very quickly, where you're really into a configuration phase rather than a long, drawn-out software development phase to deliver a complete solution. So the first co-creation concept is around SRP co-creation. The second one is more intricate, where we're really looking to develop partnerships with domain-focused system integrators. If we look into any domain, any industry sector, we're really looking for those companies and those system integrators with that enormous subject matter expertise in an industry, and utilizing a combination of our software capabilities and particularly our very comprehensive range of hardware offerings to put together solutions in that industry, in that sector, by co-creating those solutions with those domain-focused system integrators. And our formalized approach in both cases will sometimes envisage a co-funding. In the case of the domain-focused system integrator co-creation partners, it can go as far as having an agreed business case and up to a joint venture funding, where Vantec would have a minority shareholding in a common entity with that SI towards advancing our joint solutions and our joint vision for the business in that sector.
Well, that's great, Jerry. Tell me, if I'm a system integrator, how do you see this benefiting me?
Yeah, so if we start with the SRP concept, if you look at the normal chain of events for a system integrator in a project, a lot of it is developing up the elements of the solution and bringing them to fruition to the satisfaction of their end customer. If your starting point is a solution-ready package that is already brought to a certain level of competence in fulfilling that need, then you're basically tweaking, you're configuring. So the time to market is a very important commercial consideration for a system integrator.
Right.
So when the system integrator's starting point is a very strong solution-ready package, or SRP, then you're dramatically reducing that time and cost to fruition on that project, or time to market for them. I think that's one key ingredient. Other elements of that for a system integrator or a co-creation SRP partner can be their area of expertise geographically right now might reside, for example, in North America. Vantec is a global company
right.
with an enormous strength in Asia, Europe, everywhere else. If that partner wishes to extend and expand their business internationally or geographically, we're a ready-made partner to facilitate that growth. So there's just two examples.
Do you see co-creation becoming maybe a norm for the future or a standard for the future?
I think so. In my interactions with many companies in recent years on the whole discussion topic around eco-partnership and collaborative models, I think this co-creation thought process that we have here is a great formalization of that whole approach. And I think with that formula for success, looking at co-creation as being on the one hand leading towards these immediate SRPs by combining with people with software know-how and skills and application software, and then dealing more long-term with domain-focused SIs. That's more of a collaborative model. That's where Vantec is enabling the solution rather than creating the full solution. I think there's enough value for both parties. I think the biggest problem with a lot of eco-partnership engagements is there's a lot of strategy, there's a lot of talk. I think with this formalized co-creation model, it's immediately defining what the end goal for both parties is and where the commercial success for both parties will come from. And it's that commercial success that really sustains the partnership.
So what is Vantec doing with these SRPs, their future? And I understand there's this IoT summit in November around this. Can you explain that a little bit?
Yeah, so the IoT Co-Creation Summit, which will take place in Suzhou in China on November 1st and 2nd, is a major event for our company where we anticipate having up to 6,000 attendees. But I think it's a very good strategy, because what it's doing is it's really bringing to a culmination all of the work we've been doing both ourselves and with other partners in generating SRPs. We will be showcasing up to 30 new solution-ready packages at this event. We will have already some co-creation domain-focused SIs and co-creation partners attending that event and showcasing the offerings. And we have a target of generating up to 20 co-creation SRPs a year for the next 3 years, as well as generating and signing on over 30 co-creation domain-focused regional partners over the next number of years. What the event itself does, I think, is it brings all of this to an action point. It sets a target date for our teams to achieve these standards, to reach real tangible goals, produce real tangible solution-ready packages within that time, as well as being an enormous showcase event for us to articulate this new strategy, this co-creation strategy. It lets our partners, it lets the industry, it lets the world know that we're not just talking about eco-partnership. We've got a formula for success with co-creation culminating in this event. And it's a milestone event that really marks a transition in our company's history from being predominantly a phase one hardware supplier to the industry and to the automation industry, and moving towards that more solutions enablement capability with a combination of software and hardware, whether that software comes from us or whether it comes with our co-creation partners.
That's great, Jerry. That sounds like a very interesting summit we're having in November. If you want to find out more about that, I believe you can just visit a Vantec website, and there'll be more information on there. This has been Chuck with Chatting with Chuck. Please stay tuned for further episodes.